Blaney takes the lead coming to the white. Everybody thinks now it's Blaney's race to lose. And we're going to go in the final corner. Reddick is third. But just like we talked about, everybody just commits to the opposite lane of what they saw the guy in front of them do. And we're going to pause it right here because you have Denny all the way at the fence, Blaney running the middle, and Reddick just committed lower than where Blaney went to because some of these guys pick up the throttle and wash up to the middle. There's so many options, and that's what created this. But if Blaney's down here, air blocking the 45 can easily just go run the middle. So there's really no good way to air block here as well as other tracks.
And I almost feel like that was going through Ryan Blaney's head of do I run the bottom, do I run the top? I've run the middle a lot of the race. I'm just going to stay in the middle. I have the ability to unwind the wheel and kind of drift up towards the top of the racetrack. If Blaney unwinds the wheel, he can kind of drift up this direction, get where he needs to go to block the 11 if the 11's coming with a big run. The only thing that you can't do is probably slow down enough to get to the bottom and block Reddick. And you'll see Reddick gets a great run off turn 2, off the bottom. And he's got 7 or 8 laps on his tires right now, which is hard to do. So it shows you how good his car was at this point of the race.
Yep, heading down the back. Blaney has a little bit of a better run on the 45. The 11 doesn't get there to push him. The moment of truth is right here. The 12 kind of goes back to the middle like you just talked about. He's run there for several laps. The 45 just commits. He drives it in until he says, I have to get side by side with him to get this win, and that's what he does. He drives it in there. We have another one of these cutouts. If Blaney enters just a little bit higher here, he probably air blocks the 45. But the 45 has options too.
Yeah, if he does that, the 45 is probably diving to the bottom. He's got such a big run, and then he'll do the famous slide job and get back to the top to block on exit and have a great ability to pass him that way. But Blaney's kind of in no man's land here.
So this is SMT like we've talked about. We'll go to the final lap for all 3 of the competitors, and we can watch what happens from all of their vantage points now.
You can really see here, Travis, how good of a lap Tyler Reddick has. They started the same at the start-finish line, and Tyler Reddick beats them both through 1 and 2, running the bottom. So that gave him that great run down the backstretch on Ryan Blaney. Right here, you can see it just keeps stretching it out once he gets into 3 and 4.
I mean, it's just so much commitment. Look at his speed up here. He just drives it in until, again, he knew he had to get side by side with the 12, and he just somehow made it work.
Yeah, the other thing, when you look at the steering trace, the blue is Tyler Reddick, and when it has a big drop like you see right here, that's him turning back to the right. And race car drivers don't want to be turning to the right that often, especially going for a lead of the race. So he was in full commit mode. You see him sawing back and forth on the steering wheel. These are 3 guys that are going for a race win to seal a hopeful championship run in Phoenix.